Good morning. One of the questions I get the most is, what is my hair care routine? And it's perhaps a question I dislike answering the most. Because first of all, people usually just mean, what supplements do you take and what do you put on your hair when they ask that? Which is kind of nonsensical because that's only part of hair care. It's also your diet, what you do for exercise, what you do for stress managing, or whatever other need you have in your life. So unless you have the same hair type as me and you have the same life as me and the same needs and wants for your hair, then it makes very little sense to answer. And people have a weird way of getting kind of upset when I answer that. I don't know what people want from that question. It's like they want some magical epiphany that I'm hiding some secret that, the thing that doctors doesn't want you to know. Kind of clickbaity stuff. And I don't. It's all out there. It's benign neglect, pretty much. But since I keep getting the question, then I figured I would try to answer it in my own way, which is going to be making another follow me around series of videos with focus on my hair care, of course. So yeah, follow me around for a week, sort of see what my life is like, what I do for my hair, what I do for diet, what I do for exercise, what I do for stress managing and life in general. And that's the answer right there. I'm going to go do some cardio at the gym, and I thought I would show how I do my sports taping. Just to recap the tendon I have problems with, and I'm going to draw on myself here. It starts around here and it ends around here, going through the foot approximately here. The pen does not like this. The tendon's function is to turn the foot inwards and to take part of lifting the middle of the foot when you take a step. Sorta ish like the Achilles tendon does, I think. Except that it's weaker, and it also pulls the foot inwards and then lifts the foot. So my pain is pretty much just located exactly where the tendon is. But because the tendon also has a function of lifting the bones of the structure of the foot, then the muscles have to take over to try and compensate, which means that this area in here gets really strained, it gets sore, it gets tense. So when I tape my foot, this is what I try to compensate for. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but I found that the ones I've tried that I've seen online so far, they have just demanded too much tape. Like it gets annoying, it chaves, it pinches. I like to keep it a lot simpler, and just to sort of relieve the pain that I get in the muscles that has to take over from the tendon that is not functioning like it's supposed to. So I want to lift this area, and when I tape it, I also want to avoid, let's see, get this in picture, sort of this. I don't want to get tape. Wow, this is really not working. I want to avoid the area above here, because that's where the skin folds, so it will chafe if I get it too far above it. Now, to do my taping, I use 2 lengths of sports tape, and I don't know what it is with you guys and what brands you have available, but for me it seems that all the brands have the same lengths sort of printed on the back. So I use 2 lengths of 4, and the first piece I take and place sort of right here after the big bone here, and attach it like here, and then with not too much strength fold in over here, attach on my skin. Now I take the other side and I just pull pretty hard, not as hard as I can because then I cut off the blood flow, but like, I don't know, 80% or something. I'm trying to lift my foot up with a piece of tape, and I fold it over here like that, and I take the next piece as you can see. I have like no fingernails, so this is not so easy. The next piece I sort of put in continuation, like have a little bit of overlap, and I basically do the same, fold over here without a lot of strength, and then I pull here and down to the side like that. And that's it. A lot of the other sources I found, they want tapes to go all the way up here on the tendon itself, but that is just really uncomfortable to me. Like, I don't like it to be touched at all. So this is the thing that works best for me. I just try to help my poor muscles with some sports tape now that the tendon can do its job. I weighed in this morning, and it's pretty much been a year since I started taking my weight seriously, and I have almost exactly lost 8 kilos since then. So yay me! I decided to start working on losing weight after we came home from Fuerteventura last year. We had 2 weeks at a really nice hotel, all inclusive, and I basically had desserts for every meal. Like, the food was just so good. Like for breakfast, I would get a plate of meat dishes, of cheese, of all the different eggs. I would eat the whole thing, and then I would go back for another plate of waffles, pancakes, yogurts, fruits. Oh, they had churros. They had churros for every meal, for every dessert. I love churros. So I definitely gained some weight, and I noticed it even before we went home again, because, well, I saw myself in the bikini. But it wasn't until we landed in Copenhagen and my foot just immediately started hurting that I realized I had to do something about it. Because my foot is always worse when it's cold. And when we were down there in 25 degrees, it was nice, it was warm all day round, then I didn't really feel it. But landing at -2 in Kastrup, that was bad. So I decided to work a little more on my body because, well, it's the best way to manage the foot pain. Like, when I'm walking right now, just completely calm pace, the strain on my foot, the strain on my knees, my hips, is 50% more of my body weight. So because I lost 8 kilos, I'm now saving my bad foot for 12 kilos for every single impact. That's a lot. And that's just for walking at a normal pace. If I speed up, if I'm on uneven surface, if I'm going upstairs, downstairs, something, it just gets even worse. So that's the most important thing I can do to manage my foot, since I don't know when I'll get that surgery. I honestly don't think it's gonna be in 2021, but who knows, right? But the funny thing is, it's like things like that, knowing that I'm managing the pain, knowing that I'm making a difference in that way, it's not really what motivates me. It's the little things. Like, for instance, now, because my stomach is so much smaller, I can curl up on the couch with a tablet. Before that, my stomach would sort of fold up and it would hit the home button, so I always had to get a laptop instead. And that's just not really the same when you want to curl up and be cozy on the couch, right? But, you know, whatever motivates you, I guess. So here's a good example of the Hawthorne effect. My hair feels pretty good, my scalp isn't greasy, so even after training like I just did, I would, under normal circumstances, just do a really thorough rinse. Maybe I would scrub my scalp a little extra. But the point is, I would just basically braid it with some leave-in conditioner. This is what I use at the moment. And I would just basically go about my night, call it a day, go to sleep. But since I'm filming this for Follow Me Around, I'm going to do it a little bit different.